Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yes,
It
sure,
shows
Prabhu.
it's recording. So you
Yes.
can text on our everyday chant group. So
Mhm.
Mataji can take from there the link.
O-
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, Prabhu.
Mataji, you can then forward it to your wherever you want. Yeah. And Prabhuji, you can just set up Mataji after the call. If you can connect, then you'll,
Yeah, yes, Prabhu.
yeah, it will be good.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you. Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So thank you so much everyone for joining. Today is Vyasa Purnima. So happy Vyasa Purnima to everyone. We offer our humble obeisances to Krishna, Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru, Brahmadev, who Krishna imparted this knowledge, and from Brahmadev it is coming down through Vyasadev to all of us. So it is a Vyasa Purnima actually for Vyasadev. So we will offer our obeisances to Srila Vyasadev, all the Guru Parampara and our Guru Maharaj in mind, and we will start this class. So our morning prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitan Tvam Sajivam साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तु ते तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा दंडवत pranam everyone. So we were discussing chapter 16 from last few weeks. As I mentioned earlier, that this chapter 16 and along with chapter 15 and 14 are very important chapter. uh, Here, Krishna started imparting this knowledge to Arjuna without he asking any question. So, this is a knowledge that Krishna wanted to give it to Arjuna. It is about the Prakriti, it is about the three gunas, about the demonic nature and demonic qualities. And also in the 15th chapter, all the wonderful knowledge about the spiritual world, journey of the soul, and all the whatever is in material in this material world we see this body goes through and the soul goes through, how soul can um, uh, do the sadhana and achieve a talking about more demonic qualities, because Krishna wanted to encourage Arjuna to do this war. So he was just encouraging him by giving this wonderful knowledge. And also this is very very important for us to also understand that whom we are associating and what kind of a qualities they are possessing. So these chapters really help us understand the human nature and how who should be close to you and who should be a little far, or you can keep them away from you so that you will not have their association and it will not affect your sadhana. So we discussed this chapter. Today we are just going through these shlokas, and we will read the English as well as the Sanskrit part of this shloka. So please take turns and read 3 shloka each, because I'm not sure how many more will be joining or who all are going to read this shloka. So we will take turn and we will read these 3 shloka. So Haladhar Das Prabhuji, I request you to start. Then I will go. Then I think Valli Mataji is there. Also, I see Vikas Prabhu is there. Surinder Bhandari Prabhuji is there. So please take turn. Manidhar Das Prabhuji is there. Take turn and read 3 shloka and read the translation. Hari Bol, Hari Krishna.
Dhanyavad Mataji, Hare Krishna. So we go in chapter 16, the divine and demonic natures. Shiva Goan Uvacha Abhayam Sattva Samsuddhi Jnana Yoga Vyavastitihi Danam Damascha Yagnascha Swadhyayastapa Arjavam Ahimsa Satyam Akrodha Tyaga Santirapaisunam Daya Bhute Swalolupam Madhavam Hira Chapalam Teja Kshamadutihi Saucham Adroho Natimanita Kavanti Sampadam Devim Abhijatasya Bharatah. The translation is our Guru Maharaj Prabhupada ki jai. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, the fearlessness, purifications of one's existence, cultivations of spiritual knowledge, charity, self-control, performance of the sacrifice, study of the Vedas, austerity, simplicity, non-violence, truthfulness, freedom from anger, renunciation, tranquility, aversions to fault-finding, compassion for all living entities, freedom from covetousness. Correct me, please, if I'm wrong. Is that right? Covetousness? Yeah.
Yes,
Gentleness, modesty, steady determination, vigor, forgetfulness, fortitude, cleanliness, and freedom from envy and from the passions for honor. These transcendental qualities, O son of Bharat, belongs to the godly man endowed with divine natures. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hari Hari. Very wonderful reading. I will go with shloka number 4, 5, 6. Dambodharpo Bhimanascha क्रोधः पारुष्यमेव च अज्ञानैचाभिजातस्य पार्थसम्पदमासुरीम्. Pride, arrogance, conceit, anger, harshness, and ignorance. These qualities belongs to those of demonic nature, O son of Pritha. दैवी सम्पद्विमोक्षाय निबन्धायासुरीमता मा शुचः सम्पदं दैवीम् abhijatosi Pandava. The transcendental qualities are conductive to liberation, whereas the demonic qualities make for bondage. Do not worry, O son of Pandu, for you are born with the divine qualities. द्वौ भूतस्सर्गलोकेऽस्मिन् दैव आसुर एव च दैवो दैवो विस्तरश्च प्रोक्त आसुरं पार्थ मे शृणु. O son of Pritha, in this world there are 2 kinds of created beings. One is called the divine and the other demonic. I have already explained to you at length the divine qualities. Now hear from me of the demonic. Hari Bol, Hari Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Go ahead, Mataji.
Privrittim cha nivrittim cha janana vidurasura na saucham napi chacharo na satyam teshu vidyate. Those who are demonic do not know what is to be done and what is not to be done. Neither cleanliness nor proper behavior nor truth is found in them. Text 8. असत्यमप्रतिष्ठं ते जगदाहुरनीश्वरम् अपरस्परसम्भूतं किमन्यत् कामहैतुकम्. They say that this world is unreal with no foundation, no God in control. They say it is product of sex desire and has no cause other than lust. Text 9. एतां दृष्टिमवष्टभ्य नष्टात्मानोऽल्पबुद्धयः प्रभवन्त्युग्रकर्माणः क्षयाय जगतो हिताः. Follow such conclusions, the demonic who are lost of themselves and who have no intelligence engage in unbeneficial, horrible works meant to destroy the world. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, this is Surinder Bhandari. I am driving and I am unable to read, please. Excuse me.
No problem.
Hare Krishna, Bhagavad Gita, chapter 16, verses 10 to 12. Kamam ashritya dushpuram dambhamanamadhanvitaha moha grihitvat sadgrahan pravartante shuchivrataha. Taking shelter of insatiable lust and absorbed in the conceit of pride and false prestige, the demoniac, thus illusioned, are always sworn to unclean work, attracted by the impermanent. Chintam aparimeyam cha pralayantam upashritah kamopabhoga parama etavad iti nishchitah asha pasha shatairbadha kamakrodha parayanah ihante kama bhogartham anyanyena sanchayan. Hare Krishna. They believe that to gratify the senses is the prime necessity of human civilization. Thus, until the end of life, their anxiety is immeasurable, bound by a network of hundreds and of thousands of desires, and absorbed in lust and anger, they secure money by illegal means for sense gratification. Hare Krishna.
Hari Bol. Anybody else? Maninder Das Prabhuji or
Yes, Madhavan.
yeah. So 13 to 15.
Text 13 to 15. Idam adya maya labdham imam prapsye manoratham idam astidam api me bhavishyati punardhanam aso maya hata shatrur anishye cha parannapi ईश्वरो हम अहम भोगी सिद्धोहम बलवन सुखी आद्यो बीजान अवन अस्मि कोन्योस्ति सदृशो माया यक्षे दस्यामि मोदिष्य इति अज्ञान विमोहितः. Translation. The demonic person thinks so much wealth do I have today, and I will gain more according to my schemes. So much is mine now, and it will increase in the future more and more. He is my enemy, and I have killed him, and my other enemies will also be killed. I am the Lord of everything. I am the enjoyer. I am perfect, powerful, and happy. I am the richest man, surrounded by aristocratic relatives. There is none so powerful and happy as I am. I shall perform sacrifices. I shall give some charity, and thus I shall rejoice. In this way, such persons are deluded by ignorance.
Hari. Anybody else? Hari Bol. Yeah, go ahead, Prabhuji. Laladas Prabhuji, please you
Yeah,
can.
okay. All right, I'll go 16, 17, and 18. अनेक चित्त विभ्रांता मोहजाल समावृताः प्रसक्ता काम भोगेषु पतन्ते नरकैषु च. Translation. They're perplexed by various anxieties and are bound by the network of illusions. They become too strongly attached to sense enjoyment and fall down into hell. Text 17. Atmasambhavita stabda dhanmana madanvitaha yajante nam yagniste dambena vidipurvakam. Self compliments and always impudent, deluded by the wealth and false prestige. They sometimes proudly perform sacrifices in name only, without following any rules and regulations. Ahankaram balam darpam kamam krodam cha samshitaha mamat pardehesu pradvishyantobhyasuyakaha. Bewildered by the false ego, strength, pride, lust, and anger, the demons becomes envious of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is situated in their own bodies and in the bodies of others, and blasphemy against the real religions. Hare Krishna Mata.
Hare Krishna. Danaham dvishatah क्रूरान् संसारेषु नराधमान् क्षिपाम्यजस्त्र श्रुभान् आसुरीष्वैव योनिषु. Those who are envious and mischievous, who are the lowest among men, I perpetually cast into the ocean of the material existence into various demonic species of life. आसुरी योगिमापन्ना मूढा जन्मनि जन्मनि मामप्राप्यैव कौन्तेय ततो यान्त्यधमां गतिम्. Attaining repeated birth amongst the species of a demonic life, O son of Kunti, such a person can never approach me. Gradually, they sink down to the most abominable type of existence. त्रिविधं नरकस्येदं द्वारं नाशनमात्मनः कामं क्रोधस्तथा लोभस्तस्मादैतत्त्रयं त्यजेत्. There are three gates leading to the hell: lust, anger, and greed. Every sane man should give this up, for they lead to the degradation of the soul. Hari Bol.
Text 22. एतैर्मुक्तः कौन्तेय तमोद्वारैस्त्रिभिर्नरः आचारत्यात्मनः श्रेयः ततो याति परां गतिम्. Text 22. The man who has escaped these three gates of hell, O son of Kunti, performs acts conducive to self-realization and thus gradually attains the supreme destination. Yah शास्त्रविधिमुत्सृज्य वर्तते कामकारतः न स सिद्धिमवाप्नोति न सुखं न परां गतिम्. He who discards scriptural injunctions and has according to his own and acts according to his own whims and attains neither perfection nor happiness nor the supreme destination. Text 24. तस्मात् शास्त्रं प्रमाणं ते कार्यकार्यव्यवस्थितौ ज्ञात्वा शास्त्रविधानोक्तं कर्म कर्तुमर्हसि. One should therefore understand what is duty and what is not duty by the regulations of the scriptures. Knowing such rules and regulations, one should act so that he may gradually be elevated. तत्सदिति श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्णार्जुनसंवादे दैवासुरसम्पद्विभागो नाम षोडशोऽध्यायः. Harihi Om.
Hari Bol. Thank you so much. So this wonderful chapter is describing us that why someone develops this demonic quality and how you can, get rid of it, because these qualities can anytime, you can observe within you also, because this is a Kali Yuga. And the moment you forget about the Krishna and Krishna's position as a Krishna, as a controller, Krishna as a protector, Krishna as an enjoyer, that moment these qualities will kind of a sprout within your heart. And because we are always in this world, Maya, and it is very, very strong. It's Krishna's energy. Krishna says that like it is very hard because it's a mama Maya Duratya. It's very hard to conquer this Maya. So keeping always in mind, sometimes it's very difficult for a common people who starts this Krishna consciousness. And always there is only one sutra, like my Guru Maharaj always says that there is only one sutra in Krishna consciousness, that always remember Krishna and never forget Krishna. So if you can do this, these qualities will automatically, you can get rid of it. Krishna had also given this formula in 24th chapter, how to rise above. But if you see or observe these qualities very carefully, you will see that why we are repeating that same old sutra again and again. Always remember, because these demonic people, they forget about the Krishna, that Krishna is a controller of this three world. Krishna is a enjoyer of this three world, and that's why they put forward themselves, and then they try to enjoy, whatever is around them. They try to exploit others so that they feel that they are a controller. So this mentality will only come when you are forgetting that Krishna is a real enjoyer. And automatically, once you try to remember that every day morning, just you start with the your prayers that okay, Krishna is the enjoyer, then automatically this enjoyment, or exploiting others, that kind of a mentality will reduce. Second thing is that whoever are around us, they are all part and parcel of the Krishna. I am part and parcel of the Krishna, so they are all connected to me. That is a very important lesson that we have to always remember. Because these demonic people, they think that me and my family, we are the close one, and all the friends who are like, talking good about me, they are my friends, they are my close ones, and then they are going to destroy their enemies. And that kind of a mentality of mine, and someone is my friend, someone is my enemy, something is mine and something is like, I want it but it's not mine right now. This kind of a mentality will develop. So once you connect yourself and everyone to the Krishna, saying that we are all part and parcels of the Krishna, definitely this demonic quality will reduce. Because once we understand that like whom I'm saying mine, that like, my husband, my children, they also all belong to Krishna, and whom I'm considering enemy, they also belongs to Krishna. All are part and parcels of the Krishna, and he is our param pita, and we are all children. So in that way, everyone is my family. And it's not like just for the human beings, but also for the animals and all the species. Everyone belongs to Krishna, everyone are the part and parcel of the Krishna. And that way you will come to a condition, or you will come to a position where you will consider that this complete vishwachi maze ghar, that means this complete whole world is my family, this is my home. So then that kind of once you established in that thought, once you accept this fact, then this mentality of exploiting other will also reduce. Also the pride, lust and anger, we always talk about it, that these are the three doors to the hellish planet. And as we discussed in our earlier classes, that when we have this lobha, or you have a strong desire to enjoy something, or like want something, then that leads to anger and lust both. Because once you get that thing in your possession, then that will lead to more and more lust. That will your lobe will increase more and more and more, and you will want now this, want that, want, and you become more and more lusty and greedy person. And if you don't get it, you will become an angry person. And both of these situations, both of these conditions are very, very harmful for our sadhana, very, very harmful for in general, being a good human being also, because it destroys completely your ability to think positively, to think correctly. Even if you see that, like, even a child is very angry or the parents are very angry, they lose that ability to think through that situation, think wisely to that situation. So it is even not even about the Krishna consciousness, it's about in general also. As a human being, you will be distracted from doing what you are supposed to do and what you are not supposed to do. You will not be able to distinguish between that. So it's very important that our senses should be always engaged in the Krishna's service, so that they will not linger here and there, and they will not look for any object to grab on. Because our senses are like small children who and then you have to hold their hand all the time. Otherwise, once you leave their hand, they will go and they will lost somewhere. So, like that, these senses should be hold tightly and engaged in Krishna's service. So, one hand is, held by you yourself, and other hand is held by Krishna, because they are engaged in the Krishna service. In that way, they will not have, time to look around and to get attracted towards any of the object, and this lust, anger, lobe, everything that is taking you down, it will not come into your life. So to avoid that, engage all the time in the Krishna service. How do you engage? That we had discussed many times, but again I will repeat the same thing. Engage your eyes in seeing Krishna's darshan, seeing the devotees, and reading this wonderful scripture that, like Srila Vyasadeva and other acharyas, they had written this. They took so much of a pain. We know about Srila Prabhupada, how much pain he took to write these scriptures. Same way, all these acharyas, they took lot of pain, lot of lot of references. They do so much of a study, and then they write these scriptures. So it is our duty to read these scriptures. So these eyes should be used to read these scriptures and to see Krishna and to worship him and to do everything in Krishna consciousness. This is a very important sense. And it should be always engaged in Krishna service. Otherwise, this is the sense object that will take you anywhere. The second dangerous sense is like, or the senses among senses, is tongue. So as it is said that tongue is always want to say something, and also always want to consume something, eat something. So give wonderful Krishna prasadam to your tongue, so that it will not look around for something which is not Krishna conscious, which is not prasadam. It will not want to eat something. So desire to eat something other than Krishna prasad will not come, will not come into in your mind. And always speak Krishna Katha. Please engage yourself in speaking as much as you can Krishna Katha. It is not possible that 24/7 to engage in Krishna Katha, because we are grahastas and we have to talk about the other material activities also. But once you start practicing, everything that we are seeing material or talking material, that all you can connect to Krishna in your mind. Even if you are forced to see some of the uh, some material activities, material party, and material news, still you will be able to connect it to the Krishna, if you practice that, and engage your mind into that. I was once uh, uh, his grace and very wonderful speaker Amarendra Prabhu, when he was at my home, he was talking to me, that he was saying that, like, we try to play this game with the children, and also the adults also involved, that try everything, each and every object to the Krishna. See any object, material object, and see how you can use it to the Krishna service, how it can remind you about the Krishna. So some of the objects are very easy, like you see the blue sky and you will remember Krishna, because gopis were doing that. Or some of the objects are very easy to connect to Krishna, but some are very hard, but we have to practice. And once our mind will practice that, we will be able to connect everything to the Krishna. So mind is the biggest controller of all these senses. So by engaging our senses, we are trying to engage our mind also, because mind is such a we will say that, like, spoiled child, that if you go directly to the mind, sometimes it's very difficult to control mind. But if you take care of the other children, who are encouraging mind, who are supporting to the mind, that means if you take care of other senses, mind will also start engaging into the Krishna service. There are different ways. Some people believe that mind, engage your mind, and others will automatically engage. That is also true. And doing this method, that engage your senses and mind will also get attached, that is also a right method. In Krishna consciousness, nothing is wrong. So, like, you can engage whatever you have in Krishna service. Then hearing is the most wonderful thing, that the most wonderful sense that we have, that will take closer to the Krishna. Just by hearing, Krishna Katha in the morning, complete day, you can, your mind will be always engaged in your Krishna Katha. And when you are engaged in the Krishna Katha, whatever you are doing with your hands, legs, and all the other bodily features, that will be like becomes automatically Krishna conscious. Because your mind is on Krishna, then whatever activities you are doing, that will be also in Krishna's service. Because I was giving you an example that one of the wonderful and great devotee of a Krishna, she is she is from Maharashtra, state of Maharashtra. Her name is Janabai. Janabai. And Janabai is like, you see that, like, since morning till like night, she's engaged all the time in the household activities. You don't see her sitting at the corner and doing bhajan, or like doing, any kind of a Krishna Katha, preaching, nothing. She is always engaged in the Krishna service, but she is hearing wonderful Krishna Katha from her Guru, Santa Eknath, who is again another wonderful devotee. And she is thinking about Krishna all day all night by just hearing and listening with her ear about the Krishna in the in the morning. And then all the day and night she was so much engaged in the Krishna service that she was even taking the cow dung and making those patties. She was doing, like, so many different kind of activities which were not considered as a, like, very auspicious activities. But still, because she was always chanting Krishna's name after hearing Krishna Katha from her Guru, and after, like, continuously she is saying Pandurang and Pandurang. So if you pick up a cow dung, like, patty, and put it near your ear, you can hear Panduranga Panduranga sound from there. So all the activities throughout her day became Krishna conscious activity, just because she was thinking about Krishna, and she was saying Krishna's name all the time. So this way you can. And also, like, your complete body, your skin is another object, but, like, so touching the wonderful flower that is offered to Krishna, engaging your complete body in service to the devotees, in service to your household, all the members of your house, because they are also Krishna's part and parcel. They are also sent by Krishna in your life. So you have their responsibility. So giving them Krishna prasad or engaging them also, that is all comes under the Krishna conscious activities. So that way, if you engage in the Krishna service, where is the time for this senses to think about something, lusty desire or some anger, or there is no time for it. So this is the right way to engage ourselves. And as Krishna is saying that, like, you have to understand that what is do's and what is don'ts, and that only you can understand through your Guru. So you have to sit near the Guru and understand that what is right for me and what is not right for me, what is my duty and what is not my duty. Because if you try to do these studies by yourself, then definitely there are chances that you will be, like, you will get distracted from this path, or there are so many things available that, like, you will not understand what is right for you. So there are so many medicines, like, available in the pharmacy, but you just don't go and pick up something and eat when you are having headache. You have to go consult with a doctor, find out a root cause of this headache, because this headache can be because of so many things. I mean, if I will go to the aisle where there are, like, medicines for the headache, there are so many type of medicines. So I should know what is right for me, because what is the root cause. And this is what our Guru is helping us understand, what is the root cause, and how can you and give a divya vision or great vision to look something beyond this material world. And that is what we have to accept from Guru Maharaj and engage ourselves in Krishna consciousness. So this is where I would like to stop. And now all of you take turn and tell me that you were reading all these 24 wonderful verses. Which verse you like? What is it that you are learning from this chapter? What is it that you are taking from this chapter? So I will mute myself. Please take turn. I mean, Haladhar Das Prabhuji, Valli Mataji, Manindra Das Prabhuji, Manidhar, sorry, Prabhuji, and Vikas Prabhuji. So please take turn. Hari Hari Bol. Radhe Radhe.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Danvat Pranam. A very, very wonderful chapter and nice explanation also. And I was so excited today because yesterday I went to the Gita festival that happened in Chicago. It was very, very famous. Now, the youngest one is like 4-year-old Mataji. He's not even entered the 4 years. He memorized all the Gita and their family got blessed. It was a very, very wonderful occasion. And reading all this chanting of these chapters and together having the darshan of Guru, and we celebrated Guru Purnami so nicely. How important and how blessed we are to have gurus like you having this knowledge and explaining to us in a bit and pieces all these things, because we can't digest everything in the same thing. In the I like the last one. Mainly it says we can have this one slowly and steadily. We can get everything in one day or over a period of like few months like that. So it takes life and lifetimes maybe. I'm wondering like how that boy got in the age of 4. He's not turned 4 even. That's what they. He's only 3.5. He can't even speak properly, but he memorized all that Gita. So I can confirm that it is coming from life and lives, because he is doing the chanting for more than many life periods. That's why only he could get those blessings from the Guru. And we are also in the way, in the process where we are going towards. The main thing is how to control the senses, what we learn in this chapter. And I like the part where you said, Mataji, we have to make the distinction with Vivekam. That's what we say, right? We have to get that Jnana Chakshusha to eliminate the people or eliminate the circumstances that are not favorable for the devotion service mainly. As you said, the Janabai, whatever service she is doing, she is having the devotion focus in her mind, but she is doing other works also. But even we have this sometimes even we sit to do the spiritual activity, our mind wanders here and there. So that is the distinction what we do in our way, how why mind is moving here and there all the time, and why we are not focusing like her, or having all this. Maybe as the last shloka said, it will come slowly and time after time. Maybe it will take so, but we are in the process, and we have to keep up, mainly picking up the weeds away from the this Bhaktilata beach. That's what we say, right? That is more important than yeah,
Yeah,
devotion. Hare Krishna Mataji, and wish you also a
wonderful.
very, very happy. Yeah. We had a very beautiful session yesterday. So many people, and they have like 3 different sections who memorized all the Gita. They go on the stage for this year only. This is the 9th year they are doing. And who are reading, they go in front in the seats. And the people who already did for the past 8 years, they are going behind and they are chanting without looking also all the Bhagavad Gita. They memorized everything. It is more than 3,000 people here who gather. It is a 3-day festival going this weekend.
Okay, that's great, Mataji. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna.
Hari Hari Bol. Yeah. Anybody else?
Yeah, I'll go like at text number 11 and 12, where it's saying Chintama Parivayam Cha Pralayantam Upashita Kamopabhoga Parma Etavaditi Nishtita Asa Pasas Taterbadda Kamakroda Parayana Ihante Kamabhogatam Anyayena Sanchayan. So they believe that the gratifying the senses is the prime necessary of the human civilization. Thus, Until the end of life, their anxiety and immeasurable, bound by the network of hundreds of thousands of desires and absorbed in the lust and anger. They secure money by illegal means of sense gratification. So it's normal procedures in today's society or in the past too. I cannot say it's today, but it was in many centuries ago too. Same thing. So people are in these conditions, not realizing, like in the three tenths, that the chapter third, text number 10, that this body is given as a privilege as to realize against that what we're wrong, why we are here on this earth, what is reason, who am I, and what should I do to get out from these painful situations. So that part that the demonic mind forgets is the senses are nothing wrong. They're supposed to do their jobs. That's what that's what Mother Nature is doing. And it's important how you use it. Your all senses, all gratifications, all senses are like if you want to eat prasadam or you want to listen, you can use the same senses for that purpose. And how you do the wrong way, that's up to the. So if we don't have a control of it, then the problem starts. Like in the text 5.8 and 9, it says, the naiva kinchit karomiti yukto manyata tattvit pashyan sunan prasan jagran ashnan gachan swapansasan pralapan vishnu jan gurunan unmission nimission api indriyati suvartanta iti dharya. So it says here, the person in a divine consciousness, although engaged in seeing, the hearing, and touching, smelling, eating, so forth, all this for the senses is given. So it is right that if we don't have a guidelines of the Guru Maharaj or Vaishnava Sangh, those misuse it can create so many miserable things. And we realize this most beautiful life is given to us, and how to get back to the Godhead. It is us, we are the one responsible to do it. And a Sangh, Sadhu Sangh, Sata Sangh, and Vaishnava Sangh, it makes very important part, play roles in this. So we are the responsible, and we have to take advantage of this word. Is given privilege to us to live in this body for a certain time. So that depends on individuals. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Sorry. So such a nice realization, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Anybody else? Vikas Prabhu and Manidhar Das Prabhuji, are you there?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare
So,
Hare.
everybody has basically highlighted what to take from chapter 16. You gave a beautiful discourse. So just as a duty, I'll mention some of the thoughts that come to my mind. So, I always think about chapter 13 as why Arjuna would ask a question after having realized, seen, and acknowledge all the three roops of Krishna, including, him being there first when he sees him as a friend, then from there to the Vishwarup, then to the Vishnu Rupa, and then to Krishna's Sham Sundar Rupa. Why would Arjuna ask such a question? So in my mind, I think it is because he's like, okay, if that is the best and that is the utmost that my soul can realize, then why is my soul in this world? And from that perspective, he asks, so what is this? What is this Kshetra? And who is this Kshetragya who's looking around this Kshetra? And Krishna then says that, you are the Kshetragya is different from the Kshetra, but he also is another Kshetragya in every Kshetra, and that he is the Upadrashta and Anumanta. Then in chapter 14, he says why we stick in this world. Like what is that glue that makes us stick in this world? And the thing is, in chapter 15, he then talks about Purushottam Yoga. So the point is, those who remember, those who understand that there is a Upadrashta and Anumanta and engage in Krishna service, in some sense, Bhagavad Gita ends there. But then for those of us who are struggling, who hear and still cannot realize, then Krishna goes into chapter 16 thereafter and says, that there is this other side of people who are unable to attach. And as Valli Mataji was saying, so why are they unable to attach? Another Das Prabhu was saying, why that happens is also because, as it is described in chapter 14, uh, if introspectively, I'm talking about myself, if I look at myself, Prabhupada gives a very simple understanding of chapter 14. He says, if you are predominantly happy, you are in predominantly mode of goodness. If you are at the most time, it's not like people are not happy, but if they are mostly over endeavoring, then they are in the mode of passion. And if they are mostly inactive, procrastinating, those kind of modes, they are predominantly in the mode of passion. And when we understand those three modes, this journey, what Krishna is saying, that the destination of passion and ignorance is chapter 16. That's where they will end up. That's where slowly, progressively, the mind will become such that their endeavor to enjoy the material world will remove the knowledge and awareness, because our heart keeps telling us and we keep ignoring it. And that ignorance, that propensity to ignore what the heart is saying is the right thing to do, goes so much that they are unable to hear it at all. And thereafter, this is the destination of chapter 16. So I think, the three tests Prabhupada gave in chapter 14, because, whether we are happy, whether we are over endeavoring all the time for something, or whether we are inactive, applying that test, understanding what that means, and seeing that we don't get into a situation where every next day we are moving towards chapter 16 or we are moving towards chapter 15 is, I think, the test all sadhakas should apply to our lives. Hare Krishna.
Wonderful observation and very nicely said, Mahaprabhuji. Thank you so much. Wonderful. Anybody else? You can repeat just what you have heard so far that you really like. Okay, so we can stop today here. And
Hare Krishna, Valli Mataji, I was there too. I was distributing Bhagavad Gita on the east side of this, where all the shades or trees are. You probably didn't see me, I was there Friday and Saturday. I was on the side. Did you park on the other side, Mataji?
Yeah, I came
Valli
with some of
Mataji?
Prabhuji, so I came with a couple of clips there. So I was
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I was on the where you can sit down. There was stones there where I could sit down. There were steps. Other side was a kind of no shade, so I stayed on this side of it. If you stand in front of the entrance, I was on the right side of it.
Yeah,
I was
there
there
they
Friday and Saturday,
okay.
and I was on the gate number 118, residing on the front row. That I was on the 8th row there. Beautiful, yeah. It was most wonderful things to
Yeah,
see
even
how
Madhum
children try.
was there reading, and I have so many friends sitting and reading there.
Yeah. I can't hear you. It's breaking down.
Yeah, every time it was going in Texas, I think this is the first time they are doing this
Yeah.
Holi celebration. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Should we stop here? Yeah. Panchakalpatarubhesha
Is also very nice.
Gopasindubheva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नामाचार्य श्रील हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। भगवद गीता की जय। श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। गुरु महाराज की जय और गुरु परंपरा की जय। हरि हरि
Mataji, shall we do
बोल।
Hare Krishna mantra for all our gurus, all the sannyasis who guide
Yes,
us
yes, please, Prabhuji. Yeah.
to get, their beautiful services for our human being, guidance? I think we should appreciate. Together we can do 3 times Hare Krishna mantra, Mataji. Okay?
Yes, yes. Please, Prabhuji. Yeah.
Let's do it together.
Mhm.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
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 Hare,
Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
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 Hare Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare, Hari Bol.
Hare
Hari
Bol.
Bol. Hari
My
Hari.
humble obeisance to all our Guru Maharaj, sannyasis, those who guide all the Vaishnavas. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hari
Prabhu.
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna,
Guru,
Hare
Guru
Krishna.
Parampara is not only the foundation, it is the structure that is taking us.
Yeah.
But I feel like just the foundation it doesn't work for our life. Like, we are so fallen and we need all the help throughout until we reach the day.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Hari Hari Bol. Radhe Radhe. Yeah. Hari Hari Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Very nice.
Hare Krishna,
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Bhandari ji.
Hare Krishna.